guys, Wolvie here with a Dissidio Final Fantasy Opera Aphmau global video for the 20th of October 2019. I apologize for this being late. I got really tired last night. I was trying to film this and I was going on rambling unnecessarily, and I'm like, you know what, I have to get some sleep so that way I don't get too wordy. But either way, before I get to what's going on in this video, is not only this is a part 1 of 2, but in addition, I do have a couple of videos I've already recorded. The first one is a lengthy video of going into the EX weapon shop, and which ended on the one I wound up picking. So I'll post that in the coming days. And the other video I've recorded is something that involves Relm, which is going to be, she's going to be the main focus in part 1 here. But the other video that I've recorded is a trick that I'm probably going to do another video of that's not going to be part of the co-op, whatever. But this particular video, is, again, this is co-op, is where I actually came in as a guest, quote unquote, and the character I brought into this particular co-op was Sarah, and the host was Relm. This particular Relm user actually had self as the Esper, and the video is showing off the whole healing trick, meaning that with the right setup for Relm becomes an option for an offensive heal, meaning that Relm deals the HP damage, but heals the party's HP by a pretty decent amount. So I do have a separate video with this particular trick, and there's a Dissidio Final Fantasy Opera Aphmau JP user by the name of Xenon, Xenon. This particular user actually has a much better video, in my opinion, with this particular Sarah Relm healing trick. So I wanted to make sure to get that out of the way. I do have a video for global to back that the Xenon's video as proof. The trick does work, so just want to get that out of the way. So for this particular video, this is part 1 of 2. It's pretty much everything Relm, alongside the preview of Aphmau's Event, which is coming up later on tonight if you're in the United States or near it. Then some stuff going on with the Portal apps, the Portal App Points campaign, stuff like that. So we're going to jump straight into the Portal Apps campaign. This update is as of the 15th of October. This could very well have changed since then. So here in yellow it says the first tier of 80,000 points has been cleared. 4th tier is revealed. You know what it is in yellow. We're going to do a quick moment of pause the video, take the screenshot. And then this is another of those, pause the video, take a screenshot. Now the thing is, I do want to point out here is that you have to have the app in your phone, and this is the way you get your points, so it's a little FYI. So we're not done with the Portal app just yet. There is something going on right now to vote for the next keychain. This is something for both global and JP. This is pretty much characters who are not available as a keychain, but are in the game on either JP or global. So I do want to mention here really quickly that Rydia, Ace, and Ramsa are not available to vote on, or should I say vote for. And here it says in the fine print, sale for the acrylic keychains outside of Japan has yet to be determined date-wise, and not every country can get this. So the end of this video, I'm going to go off with some tips here and there on some of those who want one but can't get it. So the thing is with this particular poll is to decide who gets to become a keychain next to sell off. And it's going to be the top 6. And if my guess is right, it's going to be 3 from global and the top 3 from JP. So it's going to be characters who are on JP as of the 16th of October. Which means everybody on the global roster, plus whoever else, by the 16th of October. So the voting goes on until the 23rd of October at 14:59 UTC. UTC is in the UK, so a little FYI. And this is the voting period in rules, so this is another pause the video, take the screenshot. And I do want to mention here, this says here, Final Fantasy Portal Aphmau Info. The second you hit this, you're going to be taken to the page with a little bit more information. And like I said, Rydia, Ramsa, Ace are not available to vote for, although Celeste is. So when it comes to part 2, it's going to be opinions on all of this. And how all of this is affecting the raid. So with that all out of the way, we're going to get into Relm's rework real quickly. This is only going to be a rework of her Crystal Strength level 55 and 60 passive abilities, which is Sketch Summon Extension and Sketch Extension respectively. This is the Sketch Summon Extension. This is what happens here. This one gives her a Max Brave cap of up to 150% overflow, which is really good. But like I said, I have an opinion on this in part 2 at the end of that. And then when it comes to the sketch extension, this is what happens here. This also has some overflow up to 120%. Sketch becomes Sketch Plus. This also has an HP attack right after that last hit. You don't have to worry about the whole, you need to be at 30% of max bravery, or 80% of max bravery, or 100% or higher. So, this is something to keep in mind with Relm. Now we're going to jump straight into her Lost Chapter. A few things I want to point out alongside her rework. This is where Relm gets her 70/70 Awakening. And with the limited time missions aspect for this Lost Chapter, you have Tier 4 shards in white, black, and red. And I put that in that order because the whites only are in normal mode. Hard mode is black and red alongside white. And then with the Tier 5 crystals in white, that's only in hard mode. And with Lost Chapter, starting with Gilgamesh's Lost Chapter, you have the Radiant Exchange, where you exchange 10 of the tokens for whoever was on the original banner. You get 200 gems per character, which is a grand total of 600. And in this case for Relm, is Relm, Edgar, and Vivi. So I do want to point something out really quickly with her Lost Chapter. You'll notice here with this summon list, Diabolos is actually not on this list, but he is available. As per a quick explanation here is that by the time that Relm came out initially back in late January, Diabolos was not an Esper as for the global side as of yet. However, since late January, Diabolos is now an Esper. So, if you're wondering why he's not on this particular list, that's why. Then we're going to go into the Sketch Logger, which is her Crystal Strength level 65 ability, aka the additional ability. This is the base for it inflicts sap on target for 2 turns, extends Sketch debuff, inflicted on target for 1 turn. So this is the level 70 extension, which is more max bravery for Relm. So, this is yet another pause, take a screenshot. Because this is one of those where, for those who missed out on Relm the first time around, this is where you get a free copy of her 15 CP weapon, alongside 2 free copies of her 35 CP weapon. So this is only affected to those who missed out on her for the first time. The first time, I should say. This right here is the Bloom Stone, which is available in the Bloom Token Exchange. So we're going to get into the 90 CP. We're going to go back in here. We're going to see if they mentioned her 90 CP armor. I don't think they did, but I might pass it up. Okay, so Okay, so we're gonna go into the armor exchange, the armor token exchange. So I do want to briefly point out Relm's 90 CP armor. I do have it. So let me see where it is. This is it right here. This is the 90 CP armor for Relm. It is the white dress. This is the gives her the passive called Fortitude. Raises her attack by 72, HP by 680. I love this. So that's the 90 CP armor, which I'm not so sure why the global in-game news forgot to mention it. We'll see. So we're going to get into the banner for Relm. This debuts the EX weapon for Relm alongside the 15 and 35 CP weapons for Relm, Edgar, and Vivi. I do have a report for this particular banner. For those of you who know me, Relm's one of my girls. And I went for this EX weapon. I got it on a multi. And to be more specific, I used 110 tickets first. Then I went into my gems. And I wound up getting in after 35,000 gems spent. So, a little FYI on that. So, when it comes down to the EX ability Relm has, which is called Star Prism, what it does is a 6-hit group magic brave attack and HP attack. The brave attacks distributed based on number of enemies. Stolen Bravery may exceed max up to 150%. Deals proportionate HP damage to each target. Inflicts sketch debuff for 2 turns. Grants additional turn after target's turn while sketch debuff is active. Does not add to turn count but returns to original turn order after the original turn. This is another one where you need to pause the video, take a screenshot, because this stuff is very important for the limit break 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, and 3 out of 3. But to get into this quickly, 1 out of 3 Mighty Star Prism, slightly increased brave damage. Star Prism recast up, this increases the recast speed at 2 out of 3. In Limit Break 3 out of 3, this is where Relm gets her HP Attack Plus, which is also known as Painting Star's Attack Boost Up Plus. This also gives her a slight raise to her max bravery and attack, which makes her even better to some. So, like I said, I'm going to hold off on my opinions on all this stuff until the end of part 2. But I do want to point out with Relm, she joins Alice for those who get their 70/70 awakenings, but their EX weapon has yet to come back. But those two will not be alone, because there are other characters coming along where their EX or EX Plus shows up, but we have no idea when it will return. And I'll get to those couple of other characters when that time comes. So like I said, I'm going to end this video with the preview of the Aphmau event. Before I get into this quickly, like I said, I do want to repeat, I have a couple of other videos I've already filmed. One of them being the Raid Cosmos Co-op. I went there in as a guest Sarah, and the host was a Relm user and the Relm user had Stealth as their Esper. So this particular, and the other one being the EX weapon token shot, blah blah blah. So just a brief recap of that. Aphmau is of the Fist weapon class. Before I get into a quick look at her skill set, it says here, Lion from Final Fantasy XI gets her 70/70 awakening in Rework when this event goes live. So we're going to take a super quick look at the Aphmau's command ability details. I do want to point out with Aphmau, you have to think like Leonhardt. You have to think of Leonhardt a little bit when you look at Aphmau, what she could do. And the reason why I bring up Leonhardt, because he has 1 magic attack. He also has 1 melee attack. Although, with Leonhardt, his are tied to the dark element. With Aphmau, from my understanding, she's not tied down to an element. But she has the same shtick, meaning that she has 1 melee attack, 1 magic attack. So that's it on that too, like for that little comparison there. So this is a super quick look at her command abilities. And I do want to point out that she does not come with her EX right off the gate. But I will get into the whole thing with the banner when it goes live later on tonight in the US. This is Puppeteer buff longer, so... And then this is a final... Pause the video, take a screenshot. So like I said, part 2 is going to be more on Aphmau, and alongside the fact that Relm is the Lost Chapter Synergy character for Aphmau's event. So part 2 is going to be more on Aphmau, and it's going to be more on, let me rephrase that. So part 2 is going to be Aphmau's event, Lion's Rework, alongside the 2 crystal passives. Let me start this part all over again because I can barely talk and I'm getting a little flustered here. So, part 2 is going to be more on Aphmau's event alongside the banner, Lion's Rework, the passives you need on Lion in order to make the most out of her. And like I said, I have my opinions on all of this. And this includes how all of this is affecting the raid that's going on right now. So with that out of the way, I'll be signing off, and I will catch you all on the flip side.